rental property and home for sale scams, well, they're back and with a new twist. The coronavirus pandemic has shaken up the country and criminals are now using the situation to their advantage.
I hate to hear this.
Yep.
The Federal Trade Commission says the home buying and rental scams are multiplying with countless fake ads on Craigslist and the Facebook Marketplace.
You see them all over the place. WATE 6 on your side consumer reporter Don Dare now takes a look at the traits of the scams and how these scams work, Don.
Well, Lori, this scheme involves crooks who post a fake ad of a house which they claim to be their own. They find the information about the legitimate property on specialty websites. Then they copy the ad while taking ownership of the place with a phony listing on either Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Barbara Minot is taking one of the last walks into the home she grew up in. 4 weeks ago, she sold the house. Built in 1961, Mrs. Minot lived in this Glenwood Village home from the age of 2 until her marriage.
My parents both passed away like a year and a half apart.
About 10 years ago, Barbara bought the house from her sister and brother. She lived in it for a while, even rented it, then recently decided to sell it.
Well, I put it up for sale. Bittersweet, but I put it up for sale.
Priced just right, Mrs. Minot put the home up for sale on Labor Day. It sold 4 days later. Then a few days ago, something strange happened.
This is the text with the picture that my sister sent me from Marketplace showing my house where it was for rent. And she was asking me, are you renting it again? And I said, no. And I actually have another one of the outside of the house.
This scheme involves crooks who post a fake ad of a house copied from a legitimate listing, which they claim to be their own.
Then I got a message from someone on Facebook wanting to know if I was indeed the owner. And I said, yes, I am. And he said he's been contacted by someone and been speaking to them through email about the house for rent.
In the message Mrs. Minot received, she was told the person trying to rent the house, the scammer, claimed to be unable to show it because of the virus, but would take $850 in advance, then provide the key.
They would give them the key once they paid the money.
Up front?
Yes, sir.
And that, of course, is a big red flag.
Yes, it is.
It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath.
It was a year ago when developers Terry and Bill Terry told us about restoring this home in North Knoxville and listing it for rent. Without their knowledge, however, a young couple showed up to see the house. A neighbor who saw the couple and knows the Terrys phoned them.
Neighbor next door called, wanted to know why we weren't here showing the house to a young couple. We hadn't talked to that young couple. The scammers had.
The Terrys posted their home on Craigslist, but scammers ripped off the pictures and created a new email address, just as they had with Barbara Minot's home on Facebook Marketplace. The Federal Trade Commission says here are some of the signs that you may be dealing with a scammer. They say they're unavailable to show the house because of COVID-19, but they have a plan to get the keys into your hands. They want money, either first month's rent or security deposit, before you've signed anything. It's best to meet someone in person. They tell you to wire money. This is one of the surest signs of a scam.
It really infuriates me that this type of thing happens in my name and with something that belongs to me and to people that are hardworking.
Now, criminals are very good at this scam and make any potential tenant believe everything they say. If there is a real estate sign in front of a house, contact that agent first before acting on any email you may have received, and avoid giving away any information such as your credit or debit card details, and people do that. People lose a lot of money on this hoax, and don't you be one of them. Bo?
Yeah, you got to be careful, Don. Thank you so much. And if you have a consumer question for Don, send him an email at ddare@wat.com. You can also call his 6 on your side hotline. The number is 865-633-5974.